All right, hi guys. I'm just doing a quick little update video on my mini bike project, which is a 1971 Alexander Reynolds. On the last video, I was working on getting the rear wheel spaced out, and it wasn't too bad. But as you can see, got the rear wheel spaced out now, and just got to put the chain on. And then on this side of the swing arm, I had to space the swing arm out as well. So it just took a little bit of measuring and stuff. Um, and the list is getting a lot shorter as far as what all has to get done yet. I've got to hook the throttle up and the brake, and then I've got to torque a few things, tighten a few bolts up, gas, oil, and then a couple little detailed things that I want to do. And then, yeah, so I actually got this mini bike at the Simcoe Car Show Swap Meet and mini bike races last summer, which was 2018. And I have a video on my channel of that car showing you actually see a couple pictures of me pushing this bike around when I first got it. And when I first got it, it was just a rolling chassis. It was the frame, the fork, that green seat that's back there, and then the wheels that are on it, but it had different tires. And this bike originally was green, a different shade of green, but it was green. When I got it, it was spray painted black, and it was pretty beat up. Um, and then the first thing that we did when we got it home was right here. This part used to come up, and then it was kind of kicked out this way. So the sissy bar was straight up and down. And it was kind of hard. It looked kind of dorky, and it was kind of hard for a bigger guy like me to fit on here because you were really squished in here. You couldn't kind of lean back. So we cut the frame, or well, we took this sissy bar off, and then we cut that section of the frame out, which was about like this much. And then we just stuck the sissy bar back on to follow the line of the frame here. And it just gave it a nicer look because it follows the frame, and I can actually fit on it now without being all crunched up, or at least less crunched up. And then the fork, that took a lot of work because this tube was bent out farther than the other tube. The handlebars were bent uneven, and then the whole thing was kind of twisted. So it had been in a couple of crashes. And then this motor plate, we completely cut it out of the frame and reinforced it, and then added more welds to it than there were originally. Because the original engine that came in this mini bike, I'm assuming was probably like between 3 to 4 horsepower, and now it's probably between 12 to 13 horsepower. The engine is a 212 Predator that I rebuilt myself, all high performance. Has a custom spun aluminum oil tank that I polished. Has custom finned aluminum valve cover, and it has Astro wheels on it. The hardest part of this whole mini bike to do is actually finding that seat. And the original seat, as you can see in the background, was a green one, and it was too much green, and it wasn't the right green. I wanted a black seat. And then I have this mounted so that it can swing up, and then you can kind of get at the top of the engine if you need to. Then there's this cover on the engine was powder coated to kind of look chrome. Old school red anodized fuel line. One's a fuel line, one's a breather line. And then I just ran them side by side to kind of give this a nicer look. And the whole theme of this bike is kind of a 1960s gasser, and I'm calling it the Creature, as in the creature from the Black Lagoon. And that's why I decided to go with this green color. And then I've got this little creature right here that I'm planning on mounting somewhere on here. I'm not really sure where yet. And then I got a couple little details like that to do. It's the beginning of April right now, and the weather here, most of the snow's gone, but it's still kind of shitty outside, so hopefully it won't be too much longer till this thing's on the road, and then we can get it out, fire it up, see what it sounds like, because I have not fired the engine yet. And we'll see you on the next one once I make a couple more little updates on it. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, comment if you want, and we'll see you on the next one.